What's up, everybody? Welcome to our weekly live. We are simulcasting live on Mastering Diabetes and I'm the Green, and we are here with Robbie from Mastering Diabetes and also one of the founders of On the Green.
Corey, we have a special surprise. What? Look at
this. This man has shown up. You know, guys, before the show, I even said, okay, is Cyrus joining us on this show? I don't know what's going on. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. Robbie's like, I think he's on a flight. And here he is in the same room with his co-founder, Cyrus Kambata. How's it going, Cyrus?
What's happening, kids? Good to see
you. We are so happy to have you. We did not know we were going to have you, but we're super happy that you're here. And I put on a special shirt for you guys. It's like navy blue. It's my Steve Jobs shirt. I feel, very confident about this. So I'm ready to go. You guys ready?
Amazing. Well, if you really want to be Steve Jobs, you have to wear that same shirt every single day for the next 10 years.
No.
Or get 10 copies of it.
No, I think that my family might smell a little, something that doesn't smell great. And they'll be like, hey, listen, that body odor is not working. But anyways, I digress. I want to say hi to everybody who's tuning in. We got a lot of people tuning in here. Guys, you give them a shout out. They want to say hi to you, not me.
Absolutely. Let's do it. We have Karen from Northern Virginia. Cyrus can do the next one.
I can't even read that far. Okay, here we go. Kimberly from Prescott, Arizona. What's up? Kathy from New Jersey.
Your vision.
That's right.
Keep the eyes sharp.
That's right. We got Lynn from Chicago. Marley from Hollywood. There we go.
Lisa's here. All right. We're saying hi. We're saying hi. We're going to keep moving. Listen, we love everybody here. We got a lot of people tuning in. Our producer, Bess, is like, listen, we're here to talk about short-term and long-term goals. Stop saying hi to people around the world. As you tune in, we love you. We are so glad you are here. Why are we here? Well, guys, we come here every week to try to provide as much knowledge, info, and motivation for you as you are on your healthy journey to take responsibility for your health. Take your health by the reins and be the one that uses food as medicine to help with all different types of things, including the things that we're going to be talking about today, which are your goals. Now, there's short-term goals. There's long-term goals. Now, Robbie, Cyrus, I don't know who wants to start, but Robbie, I'm going to go with Robbie. Okay, sorry. I'm starting with Robbie. All right. Robbie, I'm guessing that the Ironman that you will be completing in May of this year is probably a long-term goal that you had. And
absolutely.
In order to get there, there's a lot of micro short-term goals. Talk to me about those. And let's help some folks. Maybe ask them a couple questions. Robbie, let's make this interactive if we can. And let's support each other on these short term.
Okay. So while I begin telling my story, I would like to have you guys in the chat box share one of your long-term goals. Write it down. Let's talk about it. Okay.
Nice.
So the goal that I have here, it started in October. And my goal was I want to complete a full Ironman. So that's the goal. And so that would be a SMART goal, right? It's very specific. It's measurable. A is it's attainable, right? R means it's relevant, right? It's something I care about.
No, it's radical, but
okay, all right. And T has a time frame.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, there we go. So try and make your goals smart. We wrote about that in the book. All right. Now, just like you said, Corey, you break it up into chunks. The first, a full Ironman is a whole, 140.6 miles total, Corey? Yeah. So I did an Olympic first. And so these Ironman thing, it's a triathlon, right? You swim first, then you bike, then you run. Then I did a half Ironman. I did that on April 2nd. And then now we're progressing to the full. So those are the progressions. But then in between that is the training sessions. And you're starting to build these new habits day by day by day. And then over time, you can achieve a goal that's meaningful to you. So you never actually do like a full Ironman in your training, not even close. But you do little bits and pieces and it comes together. So what goals do we have here? Renee says she wants to lose 100 pounds. Renee, you can do that. In the beginning, you can lose 2, 3, 4 a week, but then we want to go for 1 a week, right? Go 80-10-10 raw vegan, high fruit lifestyle. Okay, here I need to be able to do 5 push-ups in a row on the day that I die. Wow, that's an interesting goal. All right. I want to have a flat tummy by summer 2023.
Can we talk about flat tummies real quick?
Please.
Because the flattest tummy I know is sitting right next to you.
It's true.
Listen, you, Cyrus. Listen.
Whoa.
I want you to talk to me because I think that as we think about our short-term and long-term goals, I have people, in my world, in my circle, they talk about the struggles that they have with food specifically. Okay. There are a lot of pieces of information out there. And I know we talk about this a lot, but I really want to help people with short and long-term goals, specifically tied to food. Okay. We just talked about a fitness event that Robbie has for himself. And that's an amazing goal. For me, it was a goal as well. We are both going to be Iron Man and we're men, and we're going to share that in just a month. Okay. But a lot of you out there might be struggling with food. If you're struggling with food, please let us know in the comments, all right? Because we want to address some of these. Tell us the food that is your vice. Tell us the food that is trouble for you. And I'm going to share a very quick story, 30 seconds, okay? I have a friend, his name is Mir, M-I-R, all right? Mir is my childhood mechanic. I've known Mir for 16 years, okay? And I'm sure you have a Mir in your life, guys, all right? Mir had some health issues, some health scares. And I said, what are you doing, man? What's going on? I love you. How can I help you? And he's like, man, it's the potatoes, the rice, and the steak. It just got me. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. No, two of those things I know by themselves are part of the Mastering Diabetes plan. But, and Cyrus, you have a PhD in nutritional biochemistry, okay? I want you to talk to Mir for me because we flagged rice and we flagged potatoes as a problem. But my guess is that rice and potatoes are not the problem. It might be what he's putting on them. Anyways, Cyrus, talk to me about food, short and long-term goals as it pertains to someone like Mir who's trying to save their own life with food.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you brought this up because I hear this all the time. There's this general phobia of carbohydrate anything. That's why low carb diets are all the rage. That's why the ketogenic diet is a big deal. That's why a carnivore diet is a big deal. And people have been making the erroneous assumption that carbohydrates are bad for them as far back as the Atkins diet in like 1970, the original Atkins diet. So like when the Atkins diet came out again in the 1990s, and then it turned into there was variations on the zone diet, the paleo diet, and then the ketogenic diet, the carnivore diet. I mean, it's all they're different variations of the same philosophy, which is carbohydrates are bad for you. So what people do is they go, oh, okay, well, I read a book and the book said carbs are bad for me. And carbs include everything that's processed and even things that are unprocessed. So cookies, crackers, chips, pasta, sodas, those are all processed carbs and those are bad for me. I'm not going to eat any of those. But then in addition to that, I'm also going to avoid potatoes and rice and corn and bananas and fruits in general, because those are also bad for me. And those are also carbs, and carbs are going to make me fat. So the problem with this mentality is that, number one, it's not right. Number two, you can't put all carbohydrate into one category because it doesn't make any sense. There's actually two different types of carbohydrate. There's the processed carbohydrates, the cookies, the crackers, chips, pasta, sodas, breads, sugar sweetened beverages. And then you have the unprocessed carbohydrates, which are fruits, starchy vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. Okay. It just so turns, it's not a coincidence. It is not a coincidence that the foods in our green light category, the foods that we are telling you to eat a lot of, are fruits, starchy vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. Literally 4 types of carbohydrate foods, carbohydrate-rich foods that we put into the category that says eat as much as you want. Literally eat as much as you want. Fill up on those foods because those are the types of foods that are actually good for your digestive system, and they're actually phenomenal for your brain and your thyroid gland and your muscle tissue and your vasculature and beyond. Okay. So a lot of you probably are saying, Cyrus, I know this. I read the book, or, I've seen some of the stuff that you talked about earlier. That's great. Here's the thing. When it comes to creating goals are important. So Amir, you probably have told yourself that, eating rice and eating potatoes are, that's what's going to actually make you larger and more sedentary and going to help you gain weight and going to increase your risk for diabetes and cancer and heart disease. But the truth is that those foods in isolation, meaning those foods separate from foods that are high in fat, especially saturated fat like red meat, white meat, chicken, fish, dairy products, and oils, If you were to eat all of those together, then yes, the carbohydrate all of a sudden becomes problematic because carbohydrate metabolism goes down when fat metabolism goes up. So the more fat-rich foods you eat, the harder it is to metabolize carbohydrates. So what we suggest is reduce your total fat content and by doing that, you actually activate carbohydrate absorption, carbohydrate transport, and carbohydrate oxidation. And you want all that. So the less fat you eat, the more carbohydrate you can actually tolerate. The more carbohydrate you tolerate, the better your glucose, the lower your body weight, and beyond. Corey.
Sometimes, and Robbie, I'm coming to you. I want you to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and I want you to explain it to me at a biomechanics level. Now, I know you got Cyrus sitting next to you, so I can put that pressure on you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, I hear people sometimes say bananas are bad for me. I'm going to give you a situation where bananas are included. I want to get a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And I want to get another situation where bananas are included. Okay. Situation number 1. It's the evening. I've just had a wonderful dinner. And, I want a little dessert, Robbie. I'm going to take a banana. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to put it in a frying pan. I'm going to cook it. And then after that, I'm going to use some almond or coconut ice cream. I'm going to slather it on top. I'm going to put some chocolate chips and everything else. Robbie, I'm eating a banana. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, thumbs down. Okay, cool. I'm going to let you explain why in a second. Situation number 2. I've had a great night's sleep, Robbie. Oh man, it's been 7.5 to 9 hours. I feel amazing. The last time I ate dinner was actually 7 p.m. the night before. I have woken up. I have let my body do its thing. Maybe I had a little bit of coffee. I put a little bit of omelet green in there. We'll talk about that in a second. And I decide it's time for a snack. I'm going to have a banana. I've had a long-term fast. I feel great about it. I'm going to put a banana. What do you think? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
I'm going to go sideways, Corey. There's some nuance here. Okay, the first problem is that first meal, just like Cyrus explained, you added a bunch of fat, okay? Even if it's a whole carbohydrate plus a bunch of fat, you have a problem when it comes to maximizing your blood glucose control, right? And so you got to be careful with that, especially when you're in this, I guess maybe all the time, but when you're really in the beginning, you're trying to reverse insulin resistance.
Yep.
You got to be even, more dialed in. All right. Now, the second situation, I'm going sideways because, especially in the beginning. Now, you said it was just a snack, which again, which is what makes it sideways. But in the beginning, one of the key principles is to eat greens and non-starchy vegetables with every meal. It's very, very important. And on our website, you can simply just go to our website, click on recipes. We show you how to have delicious meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner that include greens and non-starchy vegetables at every meal. So, but if it's just a snack, no big deal, right? So if you're going to have a snack or something in the afternoon, I wouldn't stress about it because it's a smaller amount of total carbohydrate there. But when you're eating your way out of insulin resistance and you're improving your insulin sensitivity, you're eating these larger carbohydrate-rich meals, your body's going to have some challenges metabolizing that in the beginning. The greens and the non-starchy vegetables help blunt the spike that you don't want to see. Yes. And it's also just adding a bunch of nutrients, a bunch of water. It's just a win-win-win situation.
I want everybody to remember something, okay? If you walk away with one thing from this Facebook Live, it is do not consume fat nanas. Okay?
Fat nanas.
Just eat bananas, no fat nanas. All right. Cyrus, can you add to that? I really want to hit home on this point. And then I want to share a little bit about what we have going on at Mastering Diabetes. And then also an Earth Day sale that we have going on for Omelet Green, which is a supplement that you guys created that is a whole food powder. We'll get to that in a second, guys. This is not about sales. This is about helping you. So Cyrus, really hit us home on what we are doing with the whole fat nana principle.
Okay. According to Indigo, my 18-month-old daughter, they're not called nanas. They're called bananas.
Oh, bananas.
Yeah. So I show her a banana and I go, "What's this?" And she goes, "Banana." Okay. So that's what they're called. So from there on out, I don't want you to be eating fat bananas because when you do, you end up. So remember what I was talking about earlier. Carbohydrate metabolism and fat metabolism are not friends. When you eat foods that are carbohydrate rich, they are most efficiently metabolized by themselves. When you eat foods that are fat rich, they're most efficiently metabolized by themselves. Okay. if you eat a meal that mixes carbohydrate and fat together, then what ends up happening is that your digestive system effectively prioritizes the fat inside of that meal and metabolizes and transports those fat molecules to tissues before the carbohydrate molecules can get absorbed and transported and placed into tissues. So as a result of that, you basically have a competition between the fat components and the carbohydrate components. The fat components are just biochemically speaking, they just get metabolized quicker. So as a result of that, you eat foods that contain you eat a meal that contains carbohydrate-rich foods like a banana, then you add some fat to it like ice cream or some oil, and then before you know it, all of a sudden, now your blood glucose is doing some weird things, not because the banana is to blame, it's because the fat is what's blocking carbohydrate metabolism, all right? So just eat a banana, or take the banana and freeze it and then put it into a blender and turn it into banana ice cream, or cut up multiple bananas, put it into a smoothie, blend it, add some greens, have some greens with it. And then before you know it, now you're having just the banana. Don't add any fatty things to it. And your life's going to be way simpler.
Beautiful. We're talking about short-term and long-term goals, guys. And I know that, and I hope that you, there's Bren saying fruit is meant to be eaten raw, not cooked. I love raw fruit is great. And you're right. That is what I said about my whole banana split. Don't cook your banana. It doesn't need to be cooked. Okay. But we're here talking about goals, short-term, long-term. And I hope you guys don't mind. Our show is typically about 30 minutes. And I hope you don't mind that we really try to focus a lot on that banana situation as it relates to food. Guys, there's a lot of, you might hear Robbie talking about, the adding greens and starchy veggies to each of your meals. That might be a challenge for you. Okay. If it's a challenge right now, we got you. We totally understand. I'm going to give you a couple things. In fact, I'm going to give you one thing. I mean, a banana is a banana. Okay. It doesn't get much simpler than that for just a quick snack. But I'm going to give you something that you can add to what you're already doing that will help it be a little easier for you. In addition to that, I'd love, Robbie, if you could talk about the Mastering Diabetes meal plan for a second and how they can access it. And then I know that we like to have people send some DMs every now and then as well. So Robbie, I'm going to throw it to you for a second.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Robbie, let's start with that. And then I will show a little bit about the meal plan while you're talking about it. And then
That's beautiful. I love that. Okay. So if you want to learn more about this, you could just write meal plan in the comments on Facebook. You can't do that on YouTube because we can't get back to you. Your comments will just disappear. Or you could DM us on Facebook. You can DM us on Instagram and we'll help you out. But this is it. So if you want us to just send you the link, you don't have to, you're driving right now. You don't want to have to go find it and buy it now. We'll just get you set up. Just write a comment. But this is something our team put a lot of effort into, and it puts convenience on your plate. It makes your life convenient because we give you the shopping list. Everything you need to buy for all of your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the full week are in this guide. And you get the entire year, 52 weeks of meal plan guides. Each new guide has a shopping list, and we have planned the recipes for you. So in order to make this lifestyle sustainable, number one, the recipes need to include ingredients that you can easily access year-round that are affordable. The meals have to be fast, and they have to be delicious. All those components must be necessary. Otherwise, you're not going to stick to it, and it's not going to last. So that's how we put this together. And you sign up, you get the whole year. It's incredible. The price is just incredible. It's an unbelievable deal for the full year.
Yep.
And you're going to have over 500 recipes that you own for life. And I want you to know that we did the planning for you. Like I said, convenience on your plate, convenience in your life, because we plan the leftovers. It's ridiculous to think that you're going to make a new meal. Look at that, save 97%. Corey, go back to that. That's outrageous. Okay. Yep. You're saving 97% because you're getting a bunch of bonuses, which we're really proud of and passionate about. But here's the thing. Knowing which meals are good for leftovers and, hey, when should I eat those leftovers? We do that for you. You just don't have to think anymore. Just follow the meals and watch the results come in. These are the amazing bonuses that you receive for purchasing.
Yeah.
And we're just really excited about it, Corey. The beautiful pictures, super tasty.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
and super easy. You know, guys, I want to ask your permission, not you two, but audience watching, please leave me a yes in the comments. I want to ask your permission if I can tell you about the supplement powder that was created by Ravi and Cyrus. This is made from amla berries, the Indian gooseberry. I'm going to let Cyrus tell you about it, but just leave a yes in the comments if it's okay if I tell you about a special Earth Day deal that we have going on about this product. We're going to show it. We're going to show you how you can incorporate it into your life, make it a little bit more of an everyday type of situation. It's part of your routine. Okay. So, all right. Marla's saying yes. Shaya is saying yes. Sharon. Okay, cool. All right. I'm good. I just want to ask permission, guys, because we're here to bring you value. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this as part of it. And, you know, I think everybody wants to save $20. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is our producer, Bess, if you could show our 3-pack Earth Day, I show 4, our 3-pack Earth Day bundle for me. I'd love to show them our everyday immunity bundle that we have going on. This is the one right now where you can save $20. It's pretty incredible. And then we also have a day and night bundle as well that we're going to show you. We'll show you how to get it, where to go. But Cyrus, what is this thing? Like, I see a green powder, a red powder, a purple powder. Like, what is this? What's inside of it? Give me the 1-minute elevator speech, and then let's get people on with their Friday.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I've never seen this before.
Yeah,
looks very appetizing though. Let me tell you. Okay, so we basically harnessed the power of the Indian gooseberry, which is the world's most powerful antioxidant-rich food ever discovered by human beings. There's literally no other plant, there's no other food that you can find that has more antioxidant power than amla berries, aka Indian gooseberries. So the problem with Indian gooseberries are that they taste very, very sour, like so sour that it's almost impossible to put in your mouth. So we worked very hard to make the Indian gooseberry an enjoyable experience so that it actually tastes good. And in order to do that, we had to do a whole bunch of work to try and figure out what we're going to mix it with without adding sweeteners or additives or emulsifiers that are going to make the product more complicated than it needs to be. So we developed a tea, and this tea, as you can see, has multiple different flavors. The first flavor is in green, and that contains Indian gooseberries plus green tea. That flavor has caffeine. If you are sensitive to caffeine, then please note that 1 scoop of Amla Green, the original version, contains, I believe it's about 50 milligrams of caffeine. Okay. If you don't want caffeine, then there's also a decaf version that has no caffeine in it, that is still just Indian gooseberries plus green tea. The bottle on the left-hand side has hibiscus and mint and ginger and cinnamon inside of it. It's very, very, very tasty. It's one of our most popular flavors. And that also has the power of the Indian gooseberry inside of it, and people absolutely love that flavor. Then the one on the right-hand side has Indian gooseberries plus mint and cinnamon and ginger and elderberries. And elderberries are a very powerful immune-boosting food. So the everyday immunity bundle is specifically designed for you to have multiple flavors so that you can get multiple doses, if you will, or multiple cups of tea per day. The people who get incredible results have 1 cup in the morning and 1 cup in the evening. It doesn't matter what color of cup you have in the morning and what color you have cup you have in the evening. People usually do it once at the beginning, once at the end of the day. And those people are having incredible results. They feel great. They're losing weight. Their cholesterol is going down. Their blood glucose is going down. And they just continue to get this stuff over and over and over again. Did I answer your question, Corey?
Only if you let me acknowledge the fact that you just created a new ingredient called cinnamon. And cinnamon.
So tasty.
Amazing. Yes, go ahead. What is your question, Cyrus?
What was my question? No, my question was, did I answer your question? That's all.
Oh, yeah, you did.
But I saw some good questions come in the chat box. Cyrus, can you drink this during intermittent fasting?
Absolutely. It's we call it the intermittent fasting tea. Do it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. What if you're on blood thinners?
What if you're on blood thinners? I am not a doctor. I cannot answer that question, unfortunately. I would love to be able to answer that.
Okay, so so what we're saying here is you should contact your doctor.
For sure.
Like, contact your doctor, tell him exactly what you're looking to consume. I would send him just a link to the website and be like, hey, do you see any concern for me having this tea? And how much can I have per day? And see what they say. And if you're looking for a doctor.
I was just going to say, my friend, tell them where to go.
You go to a place called Love Life Telemedicine. just Google that. It could be a lot to type into the URL. Just Google Love Life Telemedicine, and you're going to find doctors who can take care of you no matter where you live in the world. Yeah. No matter what state you are in the United States, doesn't matter what country you're in, they can help you get the medical support you need at a really great price.
All right, you ready? We're going into the lightning round. We have a couple questions. These are lightning round questions, folks. We have 9 questions right now. We're going to fly through them as quickly as possible. Now, if you submit a question after we answer these 9, we love you. We will respond to every question in the comments, okay? So, Bess, our producer, is going to flash them up on the screen. Lightning round, go. Cyrus.
Okay, is it possible for an 81-year-old to learn to get healthier, or is it downhill all the way? Mary Lou, the answer is it is literally never too late. This is one of my favorite questions of all time. We have worked with people who are in their mid-80s who have gotten incredible results. It is literally never too late to change your lifestyle and to start making serious improvements that have a profound effect on how you feel.
All right, brilliant. Next question, coming to Robbie.
All right. What do you
do for a 6-pack abs?
Oh, okay.
How do you get a 6-pack?
Right. Cyrus, answer the question. I think maybe Corey has a 6-pack. I don't have one.
No, I don't think I have one. I'll show everyone. No.
I'm not even.
Yeah, there you go. I like it.
It's a 2.5 pack.
What do you got to do?
Okay, so the truth is, when I've had a 6-pack, like visible 6-pack now since the year 2012, so it's been 11 years. No, I'm sorry. It was before that, 2007. What's the number on that? That's 14 years. Okay, and the truth is that I'm not sitting there doing a bunch of sit-ups every single day. I'm not going to the gym and, crushing my abs and doing a bunch of tough work. Here's what I'm doing. Number 1, I am eating a low-fat diet. That makes a huge difference because it helps keep your body fat percentage low. We have so many people that have gone through this process and their body fat percentage was reduced. Number 2, I am generally active on a daily basis. Every single day, I'm doing between 30 and 60 minutes of exercise. And number 3, there's a large cardiovascular and resistance component to every single exercise bout that I do. So I am using my musculature resistance-wise, and I am using my heart simultaneously. And the combination of the two of those, that plus a low-fat diet, is a very easy way to stay trim and to become thin and to stay trim.
Brilliant. Wow. I'm loving this live. You guys are really providing a ton of info. Okay, I'm going to read this. Robbie, I eat beans and vegetables, hardly any fruits. I stop eating carbs, bread and rice, potatoes, and cereals. I'm trying to see how I do to get a flat tummy. I worked out 5 days a week, walk and run, and do 200 sit-ups and squats. Did I miss it?
Let's talk about this because this wonderful member of our community here is trying to get a 6-pack abs, and they are avoiding certain carbs. Where Cyrus is over here showing his 6-pack on camera and really just carbon up.
Yeah. So you got to go back to the original philosophy. The carbohydrates are not your enemy. They never were and they never will be. Okay. Please, my friends, do not avoid eating carbohydrate-rich foods that are from whole sources. Fruits, vegetables, potatoes, legumes, whole grains. They are very good for you. They're highly nutrient dense. You want more of those in your diet. I recommend eating those, and I recommend reducing your intake of bread, cereals, pastas, refined carbohydrates that come from the processed section of the grocery store, and also foods that are high in fat, red meat, white meat, chicken, fish, dairy products, and oil. If you can follow that philosophy, you're going to get a ridiculously good result, and you are going to lose weight. It happens almost every single time. And if you want a flat tummy and you want more musculature and you're active, then this is a simple path to get there.
All right. Next question. Can you, go ahead, guys. Somebody.
Can you lessen or eliminate neuropathy? I eat a plant-based diet, but adding more protein, cheese, beans, etc. I have your book. The answer is yes. We actually have testimonials on our website of people who have reversed peripheral neuropathy completely. And they did it by, again, eating a lot of green light foods, very little yellow light foods, and zero red light foods. There's also another manual technique that you can use called hydrotherapy. Go to the Mastering Diabetes audio experience, which is our podcast, and look for the episode on hydrotherapy. Listen to that from start to finish. It'll blow your mind.
It's one of our first shows. You scroll all the way down, or you just could Google Mastering Diabetes hydrotherapy. It'll come up on like SoundCloud or something.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can do this.
Robbie,
What is considered a normal spike after eating for type 2 diabetic that is not insulin resistant? 50-year-old, moderate, active, and in fairly good shape. I think you want to do your best for it to not really go above 140.
Yeah, 140 is. If you look at what the blood glucose variation of non-diabetic individuals, people who do not have diabetes, what is their average? What is their normal daily fluctuation? The number goes from 70 to 140. That is considered normal, quote unquote, healthy humans. Okay, so if you can control your blood glucose within that range on a daily basis, you're doing a great job. And so for a person with type 2, if you can control it within that range, then you're technically speaking as close to quote unquote normal as possible.
And a key thing to remember is, especially in the beginning, it might go a little bit higher for a couple minutes. Might get to 150, might get to 160, but then it's going to come right back down. And you're going to see all your other biomarkers improving. Your A1C coming down, your weight coming down, your energy going up. Like, don't stress about these micro elevations after a meal. There's things you could do to sort of adjust it if you wanted to, like whether it be more walking or eating a little slower. But people they're missing the forest for the trees, Corey. And it's because of the whole CGM thing that's out there and getting to a lot of people who don't have diabetes, and this idea of keto and a flat line blood glucose all day. It's misleading. It's not the right route.
Okay, brilliant. Next.
Is there a risk of having too low of an A1C? Actually, let's put it this way. I was recently reading some research about the fact that the ideal A1C of non-diabetic, non-diseased individuals is usually somewhere between about 5.1 and 5.6. Okay, so there are some people who try and lower their A1C to in the 4s. And yeah, it can happen every so often, but it's a very small percentage of the population. Okay, so the goal is to try and keep your A1C in the low 5s. Think about it that way. Right? If you're not living with any form of diabetes, and if you are living with diabetes, then you go from a higher number and you try and bring it down into that low 5 region. Don't feel the need to have to get less than 5. There's very little benefit from what the research demonstrates to going into an A1C range of 4. It's just not worth the effort.
We'll also add here that if you're living with type 1 diabetes, you could have an A1C that is too low based on having too many low blood glucose readings, right? You're just like driving your A1C very, very far down by being low all the time. You don't want to do that. So just be careful.
Cool.
Is Ezekiel bread considered a carb since it's flourless? Ezekiel bread fits in the yellow light category, which means it's something to eat. It's a healthy food. It's a great option, but eat it in moderation rather than eating it ad libitum. Whereas green light foods, most people, most cases in general, can eat ad libitum. There might be some people who that might not be the case, and we work with you through coaching. You have to be maybe a little more careful with green light foods. But in general, especially in the beginning, while you're first adjusting to eating a larger volume, you just don't have to think about the quantity of the green light, yellow light. You got to be cognizant of how much you're consuming.
All right, this is our last question, and I think they're referring to Amla Green that we talked about earlier. Can it be added to smoothie bowls, or do you have to drink it?
Oh yeah, you can add it to whatever you want. You can have it as a tea, smoothie bowls, smoothies, salad dressings, soups, whatever you want. No problem.
Okay, excellent. All right, everybody, listen. We're gonna take us out. One more question. Here we go. Okay. This is the last one. Our producer says last one. Okay. 11-year-old boy.
11-year-old has insulin resistance. Can he follow your meals in the Mastering Diabetes? Yes, 100%.
100%.
We've helped hundreds and hundreds of parents who have young kids who have either type 1 diabetes or some form of diabetes, and their blood glucose normalizes in a very short period of time. 100%, no question.
I have 2 meal plans here. It's over 30 recipes, 2 different meal plans. And you can get this book anywhere you buy books. You can also get the audio book. Super fun. It's on Audible. We have extra material in there. There's a lot of comments. We're going to reply. So if you want the meal plan, then the chance to save 97%, you just on Facebook, you write meal plan in the comments. If you're on YouTube, you have to email us. You have to, team@masteringdiabetes.org, or you can just go DM us somewhere else, like Facebook, Instagram. We'll get you the link. And then there's a special Amla Green deal. Corey, you want to wrap it up with that?
Sure. Yeah, guys, all you have to do is just head over to amlagreen.com. There's a brand new bundle that we have in place. It is, 3 of the Amla Green products all together. You can save $20. Just go to the bundles section and you'll find it. Or you can just scrub back to the beginning of the episode. But guys, I'm going to take us out, and I'm going to take us out with a quote from Janet Jackson, who I just got to see live here in Orlando. And that quote is, "It's all for you." Everything that we do on this channel is all for you guys. We can't wait for you to be back here. We're here every Friday, and we just want to thank you so much for watching. Like we said, we'll respond to every comment. Guys, take us out.
Corey, could you do some Rhythm Nation dancing for us in the background, please? Yeah. Amazing.
You know it. All right, y'all. Have a great week.